Good afternoon. This is Chris Brecher with the September 26th Chart Patterns Mastery Division of Simpler Trading's free video. What's today about? Well, the bond market's still hitting markets. As you see on the upper right, still down 10 today. But the only thing going for the markets right now is they're oversold somewhat and they're at support. So all I'm doing is taking prior tops and prior bottoms and extending it to the right. That's the good news. The bad news is the real support is down here, right around 4,200. I'm taking a lot of the tops, big tops. So just keep that in mind, a lot of the big tops. And we're not there yet. But if you go on a daily chart, yeah, we're pretty oversold as you see. You see my ultimate area I'm looking at right here. Right in that area, just because of all that support. So I don't take one blip up or one blip here, but I will take this, that whole zone right in there. It's a zone. It's not like one price. So right in that zone, and that ultimately is where I think we're going. How about the NDX, the NASDAQ? Well, you see it's at some support. Yeah, that was on my box charts 2 days ago saying it was going to go there. But as you see, there isn't a lot on the way down. This is not near support. Just keep that in mind. The other thing I wanted to show you, and I'm going to erase all the drawings, is why I think ultimately we go lower. This is a weekly chart with the 50 moving average right there. As you see, the NASDAQ's way over it. On the other hand, the S&P, now I'm going to take off the drawings. The S&P, like I said, near that price support, and it's not that far away. That much. How about the YM? The Dow, it's at it. It's at price support. Now, this doesn't mean it's at 50 moving average support. But in a bad market, it's price support that matters more. But just keep in mind, you have the Dow there, you have the NASDAQ, not even close. So if I'm going to pick on an index, it's definitely going to be the NASDAQ. And so I'm still going to look for bearish ideas in stocks that are way over their 50. Like the Googles. That doesn't mean today. But you have a lot of earnings coming out next month. And all of these would have to really get plastered if the NASDAQ is going to go to that line. Just keep that in mind, whether it's Apple, Amazon, Google. Now, we called correctly, or I called correctly, that so many of the NASDAQ stocks were too far above the daily 50 that they had to approach it. And they've already plowed under it. Just keep that in mind. We called that right in here, whether it's Amazon, Google. Apple was already under it. That was one of our tells. If a big old, the biggest, the highest capitalized Apple was plowed under it back here, then it was more likely so many other NDX stocks were going to go to their daily 50. I'm really into that 50 moving average in relation to all of them. So the next step, though, is what's first? Well, this is what I wanted to show you. That's my objective right here. My first objective. You could go lower, no doubt about it, but that's my first objective. On the other hand, if I'm a day trader, and I showed this in the futures room and in the Chart Patterns Mastery room, you have to see that. You have to see that kind of little inverse head and shoulders. And when I highlight it, it sort of looks like Stewie from Family Guy. We call that the Stewie pattern. The other way to look at this, it formed that inverse head and shoulders or a little rectangle right in there. This little rectangle right here. And when you form that, you're going to see that it could go up by that amount. So if it goes up by that amount, you're talking about up to here. That's about only 10 points. Only 10 points in the index is right here. So just keep that in mind. I'm watching that real carefully, watching that area. Like I said, that's an inverse head and shoulders. A lot of times it goes up by the previous move. It's not a lot. That's 8 points. But that would get you 8 points right up to that area. So that would be the first line of resistance for the S&P short term. Longer term, that's still resistance. And then you have layers of resistance all the way up. So for me, I have to see the bond market have a massive rally for the ESs to plow through on the upside any big resistance. The bonds were the thing that made the broad markets go down, and they haven't really rallied yet. So take care. Have a great night. Talk to you later. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Chris Brecher, and I'm Senior Managing Director of Stocks at Simpler Trading. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you like our content, please leave us a like and a comment down below. Also, be sure to subscribe to our channel and click the bell notification icon so you never miss any of our great new content coming out. Good trading, and we'll see you at the next video. Take care.